Yo, what up, Street Dogs? Eric Kim. All right, some turbo thoughts for y'all. So the first turbo thought is this: is regarding self-esteem and stuff like that. So the first question I'm actually kind of curious about is why does Eric Kim, or why do I have such a high self-esteem? And these are my basic thoughts. So I actually thank my grandma, and actually I thank my mom, and also, you know, kind of Confucian society. So I'm the eldest son of the eldest son of the eldest son, which means I was kind of treated like a king or a prince ever since I was young. And I think even the name Eric, I think my mom named me Eric because it means prince, like Prince Eric from The Little Mermaid, not 100% sure, or like the Viking Eric, you know, whatever. And so as a consequence, I actually kind of grew up having a superiority complex, which is kind of interesting. Like, you know, in some ways, my good-to-do mother raised this kind of crazy egomaniac. But anyways, you know, like typical things like, you know, I was a fat kid and teased and stuff like that, whatever. But as a consequence of getting teased as a kid, you know, I wanted to, you know, work out, get super buff and stuff like that. I wanted to become the strongest of all my friends, and I succeeded. And actually, similarly speaking, so this is actually the interesting thing growing up like Asian or Asian American, and you know, in California, Bay Area, and also just like America, is that, you know, you're kind of, you know, Asian men aren't considered masculine. We're like at the bottom of the totem pole, slightly above South Asians and Indians. I'm sorry guys, but that seems like how it works in America. But you know, Asian guys have small dicks, whatever. And so, you know, there's kind of low-key, you know, male racism, masculinity against Asian, and especially Asian American men. But anyways, for the most part, I have extremely high self-confidence and high self-esteem, almost to a fault. But, you know, I prefer to have unusually high self-esteem to a fault rather than having low self-esteem to a fault. So some thoughts about the ethics of this is that, like, is it the duty of the strong and those with high self-esteem to help, you know, empower or help those with low self-esteem? I mean, certainly there's no categorical imperative, as Immanuel Kant said. You know, the gist of the categorical imperative of Immanuel Kant is treat others, or, you know, act as if how you act towards others or in the world will become a universal law for everybody. Now, this ain't very good because it treats everyone like the same. We need a much more dynamic form of ethics and morality where, you know, we don't treat every single person as the same thing, but rather we have a bespoke form of ethics, or a bespoke form where everyone is treated differently based on who he is or who she is and stuff like that. Thank you! Thank you very much! So anyways, in the context of all of this, then it's important that, you know, like, I try to treat others how I like to be treated, but that's not always correct because I like to eat meat. I'm not going to give my vegan friends a nice juicy T-bone steak, right? Similarly, you know, I kind of like the silver rule of ethics. Don't do unto others as you don't want others to do unto you. So I don't like it when people tell me what to do or what not to do. So I try my best not to superimpose my own value judgments upon others. I think what it is like better is to just kind of share and assert your own thoughts, your own opinions, and take the approach like take it or leave it, or these are just my 2 cents. And my ethic is, even if there's a 1% chance or 0.5% chance that somebody reading your thing will become empowered, then it's kind of worth doing and it's worth sharing. So essentially, I think of myself when I was a kid, kind of growing up, and trying to treat, you know, help others like how I'd want like Kid Eric to be treated is generally my code of ethics. And so, you know, like I think it was Celine Dion who said children are our future, or Whitney Houston. So yeah, children are our future. Treat other kids how you would like to be treated, and invest in the kids.